In this video, I want to demonstrate some of the features of Swing Master Chartist, Option Master Chartist that are immediately available on the market location page, the front page. And the first thing to getting value out of Swing Master Chartist is to use chart lists. And I've compiled for my own purposes dozens or even hundreds of these. And you can break them up any way you want. For example, in this list, it's all the commodity ETFs. And to use any list, you just make a text file and you select all and copy it. And then you paste it into one of the three lists, workable list, core, special, or watch. I've already pasted the commodity list into the watch list. And you can change lists throughout the day if you wanted to check out specific sectors. I usually compile my list or get my lists from the scanner at stockcharts.com, but I also do my own research. For example, I'll get the CBOE, most liquid option stocks and ETFs, or break them up by industry groups or sectors if I want to. So it's very simple to do. You just go to the pencil icon, that'll open up Notepad, and then you just navigate to where you have your lists. I keep them on OneDrive so I can get them either from the computer I'm using or my laptop. If I'm somewhere else, I can pull up the same lists and use them. But you can break them up any way you want so that you can always be reviewing the stocks that are of interest to you. So it's very important, something simple, but very, very useful. Now, once you have a list, for example, we have a watch list, and these are all the commodity-related ETFs. Not that you'd want to trade all of these, because some have very, very low liquidity. But you can go to even Yahoo, or you can just search generally for, say, LIT, and that would be all the lithium producers, and it would give you a list of the components. But once you have your list in place and you have your watch list, I'm just going to show you where to go for some of the more general scans. And we'll move down to swing trade scans, and there's all kinds of different choices here. My two favorite are the Hull turn or the histogram cross. And the Hull turn is when the Hull moving average changes direction. And the histogram cross is when the MACD histogram crosses from above 0 to below 0, or from below 0 to above 0. And that can alert you to some either a swing trade opportunity or sometimes even a change in trend. But it's definitely something that you want to pay attention to. But once you do the scan, and we've already done one here, the results appear in, well, for example, for the histogram cross, I would scan things in the watch list by clicking watch and then go. And the results appear in the oversold and overbought list, and many scans end up producing results in here. And then this gives you a list of the stocks that turned up in the scan, and you can examine each of them individually to see if you want to trade them, or if you want to get the components, or if you wanted to work with any of those symbols. The other thing you can do with your list is with stock score. And I've already run a stock score. These are on the commodity charts. And this gives you some valuable information about the symbols in your list. If you're running the program on a laptop, you may not see the bottom. So you have to pull up the stock score window. And if you press this button, press the start, I've already done it because it takes some time to run this, it'll give you information for every ticker in every watch list. So it just doesn't include one. It includes all the stocks and all the watch lists. But there are a couple of pretty interesting things on this list, and you can sort by any one. For example, that the score is a technical score, and it will rate things in absolute terms, not relative. For example, it's not relating PIC or COPX in relation to the others, but these are absolute scores, and the high positive scores means they're technically strong stocks. And another interesting piece of information that you can get here is the return relative to a 1% gainer. In other words, if you have an instrument that gains 1% per annum, this compares the symbol to that 1% gainer, so you can see relative performance to a fixed level. One of the most interesting numbers here is called punching power, and punching power divides the symbol's ATR, true range, against the stock price, so that symbols or stocks with high punching power numbers have the ability and do make big moves in relation to their price. For example, GOEX, which is a gold miners ETF, has punching power of 8.3, and that means for a stock that's priced at $22.23, that was the close today, you could get an ATR, or average to range, of a point or a point and a half. So the percentage move is very high. So if you're interested only in trading the heavy punches, you can pull that information off of the stock score list. Now the other thing you can do, and we'll go back here and I'll show you where it is, the swing trade scans. One is you can scan for candlestick patterns, and in this case we only were interested in the watch list, and we wanted to scan for candlestick patterns in that list, and I've already done that also. And what this scan will do, it will show you all of all the candlestick patterns that you've checked that you'd want to see, and then produce a bullish and a bearish list. In this scan, there were not any bearish candlestick patterns, so that you can see which stocks or which symbols you might be interested in having a closer look at. And you probably may not recognize some of these names, for example, a fry pan bottom breakout or a left-right combo. They're, I guess, described. They're on I think it's the Candlestick Forum website. It does have some descriptions of all of these candlestick patterns. So you have to know a little bit about candlesticks, but for example, the trend kicker is one of the most powerful. So when you see something with a trend kicker, you want to take a look at it. So those are just the different scans that you can get right from the front page. And also from the front page, you can get a quick overview of the technical situation of the symbol you want to look at. And the main panel here in the middle, it's a Heikin-Ashi format chart overlaid over the Ichimoku cloud. And one of the good features of this particular chart style is that it develops a range that the symbol has operated in recently and is likely to continue operating in. And you can see whether or not the range is at the high part of the zone, the high part or the low part, and the relative extent of movement, the length of travel between a high and a low range. So if we zoom back out, we'll take a look. And in addition to the Heikin-Ashi format with the range on the cloud, there's a regular candlestick pattern chart and also a open, high, low, closed bar chart in the breakout band format. And this is the I guess the Williams breakout method built in, so that you can again see at a glance if you have a symbol that you want to take a closer look at. And I won't really go into in detail about all of the other things that are available from the front page, but just mention them. This is a unique volume chart. It represents volume in waves. For example, we see all of these red volume accumulation bars indicating that we've just had a significant downtrend. And you often get a reaction when these moves end. This is the Chaikin oscillator. It's a very fast reacting accumulation distribution chart. And we can see that the XME is still in distribution. It's still kind of heading down. This is the actual accumulation distribution line. The PMO is the price momentum oscillator. It's a combination momentum trend indicator, and this is of value because it tends to operate within a known range. For example, this made a high of 8, which means it's also likely to make a low of 8 or a minus 8 if this trend continued down. This is the trend model, and this just measures a 50 and 100 period moving average, and it tells you whether the stock is bullish or bearish in the most fundamental terms. And this is the Williams %R, which is a fast reacting indicator that tells you when a trend or a swing is kicking off, when it moves from, say, the overbought, say, into the oversold level. You'd want to know that because it's probably kicking off a trend. You can look at historical volatility down here, find out where the range is in relation to the historical volatility of the chart. You can look at the historical ATR and again get the same kind of distribution and see where the average true range is in relation to the past year or so. And these are all different subcharts: accumulation distribution, overbought, oversold, trend quality. So you can get to a lot of different places from the front page, including all of the different trading charts, the method charts, which have our Hurst, Fibonacci, and Gann methods in them. But this is the front page, and this is where you navigate from. It's where you start from. You can get a lot of information from it. But the key is to make and use as many stock lists as you find useful.